Hello, this is Geeks Assembled. We are here today to discuss Praxeus. And we're not talking about the Star Trek episode, the Star Trek adventure with Praxeus, the Klingon moon. This is Praxeus, and it's alien, and it's not out in outer space. It's on Earth. Help! Okay, so I've got some friends here. We are all, yeah, I know, just look around. It's okay. We're all here to discuss it with me. And first things first, I'm going to ask this question I'm going to ask you to answer this question as you do your opening thoughts. Is Doctor Who too infused with a political message? And we'll start with Ella then, since he answered.
No.
Okay. Opening thoughts then. Yeah. Opening thoughts on Praxeus.
I really loved it. I thought it was great. There really is an island in the ocean made of plastic. That is actually true. There is an island of plastic. Plastic is literally our planet and choking our seas. And there are dead spaces of oxygen in our oceans. And this was a very good episode. It wasn't preachy at all. People go around it saying it's preachy. No, it wasn't preachy. Plastic in the ocean is not a political thing. It's a thing that we all have to deal with, and it's a shared responsibility. And it's not whether you're left or right or anything like that. It is something we all have to deal with, and put your rubbish in the bin and dispose of it and recycle it the way you should do. And there's so much, and also the element of microplastics. They're all within us, because when you have, say, like a ready meal, it has little bits of tiny microscopic plastics in that food that we're consuming. And even scientists don't know the effect that that's having on our human bodies. It's not good. We're using far too much plastic. Doctor Who told this story in a fun sci-fi way, and it wasn't preachy, and I thought it was very good. So yeah, that's my opening thoughts.
Okay, good opening. Let's move over to Mikey. What did you think it was too political?
No, not that much lately. It did tell some realistic stuff in a sci-fi manner. Like, I agree with Elliot or so. I did agree, but the episode was actually very interesting, telling about a disease and taking it almost international. Again, it felt like it was like almost spyful, but different, in a different way, because literally Madagascar, Peru, blah blah blah. And yeah, involving other people, Hong Kong. It's very interesting. Also mentioning an astronaut. Very interesting. I didn't ever expect that someone was the main support of the whole virus thingy or so. But the main question was how, I don't know how the virus was there at the first place. I don't know why it was, how it planned to be there, so, or I don't know. I was asking myself many questions, but I do say the episode did have a lot of topics, and I was still scattering the brains, and I know people were talking about the episode in different ways and stuff, and I say the show is just good. It's just my own opinion, my valid opinion and everything, and yeah, I do love everything about it. The new characters that we meet, I keep forgetting the names, but I do love the new characters. The two girls, the two dudes. Wasn't one of them a person from The Walking Dead? Because I heard people saying that someone was from The Walking Dead. Who was the name? I can't remember. Who was his name? I don't know if anybody.
Hang on, I'll answer that after a second. Okay. Is that okay?
But yeah. Yeah, that's okay, but that's my thoughts, of course.
All right, cool. Susan, Uh,
well done, Mikey. Well done.
first answer the question. Second of all, your opening thoughts on Praxeus.
Yes, I got that. Well done, Mikey. And Alan, you're right. Absolutely. The experts on Wikipedia say Pacific Ocean currents have created 3 islands of debris. So there are at least 3 huge islands of plastic already in the ocean. So is this a too political an episode? No, it could never be too much for this issue. It could never be too much. And as a standalone episode, it was great. My only qualm with the whole episode is that it did not forward the story of the season as was placed to us last week. And this could have been an episode in any season of Doctor Who, but during this time period with the plastics. So I was disappointed with that. Other than that, I thought it was a good episode and well worth watching.
Very
Next!
Very
Next.
good. I'll throw it over to Alex and then to Jake. What's your opening thoughts? And did you think it was too political?
Well, again, I mean, again, I know it's 2019, but it's like it's back in 1979. 2020. 2020. It feels like it feels like a lot of social media, politics, and TV is starting to wish it was 1979, which I did like, but we're supposed to go forward, not backwards. If you don't like a story, you can wait for the other one or next series. But no, science fiction is supposed to be an allegory. It's supposed to be showing and criticizing whatever example it wants to set up, whether it's environmentalism or justice or prejudice or whatever. And it always has been. Look at the Twilight Zone, the original Twilight Zone, black and white from the 60s. So people are just criticizing it because they didn't make it. And here's another thing. If you love the old Doctor Who so much, how come I'm not hearing as much support for that? But now on Facebook, because of the last 3 Doctors, now all of a sudden they want to go back to the 80s. And the 80s was very political anyway, and the 80s is over. So, you can not like a story for particular reasons, or maybe you didn't like a character, you didn't like the way it was written, but that doesn't make it wrong necessarily. That doesn't make it bad. It had a point. It was supposed to have a point. It is a stupid idea to make plastic that never disintegrates, because what'll happen is you'll run out of room. If you can't make it so that, what they should do is make plastic that it disintegrates after 5 years. And that way you won't have this problem. They could do it. They just haven't figured out a way, or they're not motivated enough to do it. I mean, I do like plastic, but I don't want it to be around for 50, 60 years. So anyway, I mean,
plastic stays around a lot longer than that.
Yeah, well, because
plastic can stay around for thousands of years.
Yeah, because they didn't think about that. They didn't think about that they were going to run out of room. And the doctor said that in another episode. You're busy arguing who's cleaning the house while it burns down. The point is, you're supposed to clean the house. It's not supposed to burn down. So if it's burning down, you made a big mistake somewhere.
Yes, sir. Fix the damn damage.
Yeah, so I mean, again, they had to change a show. The BBC was going to cancel it. It has to change. It can't be, totally from the 80s. Science fiction isn't meant to be static. It's supposed to be different. And you're supposed to have different characters and different scenarios. If it's all the same, then you can just watch the same season a billion times, and that's not what it's about.
Something? Yeah. I think all the best episodes of Doctor Who have a meaning behind them.
Of course.
And have a reason why that story's being told.
Right.
And this has a reason why it's being told.
Right.
Because this is a real issue. And it's not political. This is not political. That's a load of rubbish. This isn't political. This is a problem that we all face, which is plastic. We're using too much of it. And a lot of it is completely unnecessary.
Well,
Like,
again,
you don't need your vegetables wrapped in plastic, do you?
Yeah.
Don't need it.
Yeah.
What do you think we did before we had that? Generations before that, they didn't have broccoli wrapped in plastic that never dissolves.
Yeah.
No, it's
but
unnecessary.
right, but here's the three main issues. Number one, it's supposed to change. It's not the same show.
I mean, why do you need a cucumber wrapped in plastic?
Yeah, no, I don't like that either.
It's
Number
ridiculous.
two. Number two. Science fiction is about a lot of things. If it has political undertones, I guess you don't like science fiction. Because it's always been, they've had the Twilight Zone, the Outer Limits, they've had tons of other shows that it talks about World War II, it talks about World War One, it talks about a lot of other things.
Hey, Doctor Who. That is Doctor Who.
Right.
Yeah.
Doctor Who.
Add something to the plate. What about animated shows that are related to sci-fi? What about the cartoons that are part of sci-fi?
Right.
Yeah, they all have some sort of political meaning.
Right. So again, though, you don't have to agree with it, but here's the other reality. If people on the Facebook claim to love the Western world so much, or they want to be in America or England or whatever, guess what that means also in the Constitution? That means you have to hear things you don't like. Exactly. Not everything, but you can't hear everything just because you like it.
Okay. Moving over to Jake. Your first the question and then your opening thoughts, please.
I do not think Doctor Who is too politically correct, although some episodes do execute it not as good as they can and can seem a little bit preachy. Now, the episode itself, to me, suffered a lot because the order of the episode changed last minute. It was originally going to be Praxeus, then Fugitive of the Jadoon. So now they flipped it. They had such a strong episode beforehand that then I watched this. I didn't really enjoy it because when I was watching it, Jodie was setting it up as if something she knew was behind it, and it got set up and up and up and up to the point where when it happened, it sort of went downhill for me because it was set up perfectly to be like a Nestine story or a Sea Devil episode, especially with the bits underneath the ocean, and it didn't happen, and to me it sucked my enjoyment out of it.
Hold on, she said it can't be the Nestine, it can't be.
Yeah,
it could have been the Sea Devils.
Then
Jake has a point.
I'm making a point now, especially that bit underneath the water. It could have easily been that, and I think it would have been better for the whole virus thing to have something like the Sea Devils behind it, because they're making this virus to wipe out the humans because it's poisoning their oceans.
That would make sense.
I think that would have made a much better episode than what we got, because all we got is a virus, basically a plastic-eating virus and two gays, and to me that didn't make up a massive episode as what it could have been if a threat like the Sea Devils was behind it. Because to me, if the Sea Devils are there, the Sea Devils will think they're doing good, and it's the Doctor's job to tell them, wait, you're not doing the ends justify the means.
Jake, no one likes the Sea Devils.
Well, you don't like the Sea
I
Devils.
like the Sea Devils.
We haven't heard from them in a while.
But we've seen it before.
We've seen it before. Boring.
Yeah, but do you see where I'm coming from, though? To me, at the end, the virus seemed a bit crap because it had nothing big behind it to make it like a threat.
Okay, so which would you prefer, the virus or the Merca?
The Merca, obviously. I'd rather have the Merca. I'd rather have the Merca with the dodgy robot crow that was on top of the shed.
All right. So let's bop around again. Favorite moments, please. Let's start with Susan first.
Well, hold on a second. Oh, this is Edwin. Edwin watched it too.
Hello, Edwin.
How did you like it?
Hello, Edwin.
What's your favorite moment, Edwin? Edwin liked the cute boys.
Well, so did I.
No, I mean, there was a lot of stuff in this episode. And to be honest, there was a lot of good stuff. I mean, the whole, And even though there wasn't much time, they really kind of did make you could understand. They developed the characters better than they had in past episodes.
I agree with that.
The marriage of the astronaut and his husband.
Yeah.
That was pretty. It was pretty understandable after a while. And the only character I wasn't fond of was the girl from the blog. She was annoying and didn't really seem concerned that her blogging partner had been killed.
No, because she had designed the virus.
No, she didn't design the virus. That was the Asian girl who.
That was the girl, the scientist girl.
Oh,
That was the other girl that came in from the other planet. She
right.
designed the virus.
Right. Sorry.
So there was an awful lot of stuff, and basically we had people from another planet trying to figure out how to fix their planet, so testing their solution on our planet. So it was really very complex. But as a standalone episode, I thought it was really well done overall. It ended rather abruptly, and I think it was confusing to start. Oh, and again with the big white 70s fonts, Peru, that was kind of funny to me. But I guess my favorite moments. I liked it when they finally revealed the point of the story and the virus and why the virus was there and all of that jazz. I thought that was interesting and that the message was rather interesting. And I guess that was my favorite point. But overall, it was a very good episode. Yeah.
Oh, let's go to Mikey.
Yes, you called me out of my shadows. Yes, Susan, is it about the favorite moments?
Yes, please.
So, okay, my favorite moments. Damn, Persephone. Well, let me just tell you. I know Susie's gonna get a little mad at me, but I did find the blog girl a little interesting. She wanted to determine to, see what's all the sci-fi about and all the whole intergalactic thing. Also, the birds. The birds were very interesting.
Oh, yeah,
the birds were very interesting. I love when the birds are like making this big circle, like, and it got me confused. I'm like, is this some threat to us? Some weird shit? But yeah.
Holy Hitchcock.
But the most favorite part that I liked is when the dude who had to deal with the relationship with the astronaut had almost, almost sacrificed himself to, save the planet or so. It was legit very serious. It was very serious. I was like, damn, taking a sacrifice life to save his loved one. But luckily he stayed alive at the end of the episode. But the other parts, I loved when they went around half of the world. I don't know if they actually did. That would have been very epic. Then again, they may be dead or so. You don't know if they went around the world. Ooh. But really, I just love the whole story about the plot. Very,
cool.
very, very interesting.
Cool.
Also,
is that? I'm sorry. Are you done? Did you have more?
I think. Well, one more thing. The monsters. I love the monsters. I love the monsters.
Yeah,
cool.
these
I love the
masked creatures. Yeah.
So, Jake, your favorite moments?
I like the scary bits when they're in Hong Kong and Yaz and the other bloke, forgot what his name was being chased by the gas mask people. Then we had the creepy hospital. I like that too. Now that's my cup of tea. I wish the episode would mostly have been that. Darkly lit room being chased by people with massive guns and gas masks. But I also like the bit between Graham and the gay man, I forgot what his name is, Sam Bishop from the Unit audio series. I was calling him Sam Bishop. And and that bit between him and Graham, you can tell Graham is talking about what's her name? Oh, was it Grace?
Grace, yeah. Grace.
It's talking about Grace when they talk about people special. And I like that they talked a bit more about that kind of thing. I like a bit of Jodie in the sciencey place. But to me, I feel like the way Jodie's was written in this episode is falling back in the series 11 category, which I'm not necessarily liking. But I'm sure it was just an off episode. It wasn't my cup of tea. I'm not gonna drag people that loved the episode because we all have our different tastes. It just wasn't an episode for me, really.
Yeah, that guy's name was Adam Lang. The character's name was Adam Lang, and he was played by Matthew McNulty.
Wasn't he in Walking the Dead? That's what I think.
No, none of the major cast in this were in The Walking Dead. Or perhaps in another episode. There, it's true. I would like to hear from Aled and then Alex, please.
Well, this episode was totally up my back alley. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I don't have any favorite moments because I love the whole thing. Really, honestly, I thought from beginning to end, I was hooked to it because it was so well acted and the characters interacted with each other so well, and all the companions, I felt every single character had something to do, where in some episodes like Orphan 55 the big cast didn't work so well, but all the companions had stuff to do. I mean, Graham was really great in this episode, and I loved it when Jodie did save the life of the guy that was going to sacrifice himself. I thought it would have been really sad if he did die. That would have been a really sad ending.
Just proof the Doctor didn't like Adric.
Yeah, well, I don't blame him.
No, wait a minute.
Oh. No, wait. He saved him, and the boy that,
Yeah, but
I didn't.
I know that was audio. Okay.
Audio doesn't count. Big Finish isn't canon. End of.
What?
Yeah, no, but I really did enjoy the whole episode. I thought it was really good. It didn't need the Sea Devils. I think it would have been too much. And it would have taken the focus away from what the episode was about.
Okay.
And the episode was clearly a message about plastic in the ocean and plastic in us. Like I said, we've got plastic in us now that they don't know what it's doing to us. And that isn't political. There's nothing political about it. You know,
it's just what our yummy food is made out of anymore.
They don't want to hear anything they don't like. That's what the code word.
We've all got it in us, and God knows what it's doing to us.
I mean, that plastic stuff on the face, that was really gross.
Yeah, I thought the effects were good. Yeah, and the crows reminded me of Alfred Hitchcock, the birds.
Yeah.
Remember the birds?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, holy Hitchcock, that man.
Yeah, that reminded me of that. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the whole episode. I didn't watch it live because I was in Cardiff and I was out drinking. And I heard that people were disappointed. I heard that people were disappointed with it. And I was going in thinking, okay, I'm kind of expecting not to like this from what I heard from it. But I thought, what on earth are people on about? It's a really good, solid story told in 50 minutes. It's exactly what Doctor Who's about, and it was excellent. And you can't really ask for any more.
Cool. Here's Alex.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is the other question. No, I like what they were trying to do. I like that they were trying to set it up. I like the fact that they were criticizing it. Science fiction is supposed to make you think, people.
Exactly.
If you don't like it, you need another show.
They just want to watch explosions and silly monsters running about. Yeah, well, that's boring. Go and watch Transformers if you just want to watch explosions and CGI. Go and watch that.
Michael Bay.
Yeah, exactly. But if you want something with intelligence that makes you think, then this is the Doctor Who for you.
Well, it might be political as well, but
then watch Transformers. End of.
But anyway, so no, I like the. All right, Susie, I heard you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like everything about the episode, but this is science fiction. You're supposed to not like everything. So again, Is it a good story? Is it a worthwhile story? Are you willing to sit down and watch something that you don't necessarily like, or does it have to be fluff like Michael Bay and all that? And that's political too. The people are just using that on Facebook as a code word
Your
for what they don't
favorite
like.
moment.
What are
No,
your
I'm
favorite
saying
railways,
it.
Alex?
I'm saying it. All right, behave. No, I'm fine. I'm just saying I like the idea of the story. I like the idea.
Yeah.
And that's what Doctor Who's supposed to be, is that it's not just, I think people have gotten into this mode of, oh, it's about the companion, or, oh, he's supposed to save the world. Guess what? That's political.
Yeah.
You know, that's political. So the thing is, if you want mindless entertainment, you can watch Michael Bay, you can watch Transformers, you can watch Gilligan's Island, and guess what? Even they made a political point once in a while. So, sorry if you don't like it. I guess you're going to have to write the BBC or watch another show.
Watch
All right.
Love Island. I mean, it's
All right,
there.
all right.
You could-
All right.
It's basically get it or kick
Okay,
it.
my favorite moments were the moments with the guys in the rubber suits with the gas masks on. It was like they looked like the Vogons in the new movie, and I just I'm that was very science fictiony, and then the lab scenes were great, and but I now that I hear what Jake said, I can kind of see that the Sea Devils would have been a really cool sort of connection there. I'm always about bringing back old stuff, though. If Doctor Who just kept going in circles, little circles, and had these the old monsters and stuff, that would be fine with me. But that's just me. And but I loved some of these interplays. The Doctor saying, "Come on, brains, move it along."
yeah.
And Grandma O'Brien saying, "Excuse me, I'm not full of plastic." And Ryan said, "You're full of something." I mean, it was funny. Like, there was just funny moments. So the Doctor said, so with the idea that you're not supposed to be pretty alarming, yeah, don't be overly alarmed. And then Gabrielle said, "You work out?" And Ryan said, "Oh, I do a whole lot of running." I mean,
Yeah, that was fun.
you
That was
could
pretty
suddenly hear
Yeah.
Chameleon Circuit's song, "A Whole Lot of Running," coming on. Okay, so
Yes.
I guess I just dated myself in the fandom, but anyway, this has been a really good episode for me, and so that's my theory on the subject. Okay, because Jake brought it up, I'm gonna send it around. What do you guys think? Would the Sea Devils or another seafaring creature from Classic Who have fit? Go for it, Mikey.
What? Wait, what are you saying? Shit.
My question is about Sea Devils or another seafaring creature from Classic Who. Would that have worked?
I don't know. I would say the Sea Devils. We haven't seen them in a while. When was the last time that we saw them?
The Fifth Doctor.
1984.
Waters of the Deep.
That would,
Oh, aren't the Sea Devils and the Silurians kind of the same thing?
They're cousins.
Yeah,
they're-
completely different from each other.
They're
Yeah.
like
Didn't they
chimpanzees.
appear in Dimensions in Time?
well, it would have been very interesting to see them again. It would be
I
very
don't know.
interesting.
I can't remember.
They
But
not
yeah,
appear
I
in the
would love to see them
background?
again.
One does.
Okay,
There you go,
Alad,
that's
Sea Devils.
Yes, for the Sea Devils. I would love to see the Sea Devils again.
Alad, Sea Devils.
No, next.
Susan, Sea Devils.
Only if they had been the ones to plant the virus and not the people from the other planet. Otherwise,
Okay.
they're too busy.
Alex Sea Devils?
No, they probably did just fine with what they had. I'm wondering sometimes if they don't put in too much stuff.
Exactly. You don't want to overload a story, and that's a lot of the time
No.
what happens. Is stories are overloaded. Yeah.
Okay, and Jake, I know your opinion, but
It
go ahead.
would make sense for the Sea Devils to have created this virus to wipe out humanity because they've had enough of Homo sapiens shit.
Can I just say
and
no?
them
It won't. No, it
poisoning
won't.
the
No,
sea.
it won't. No, it
It
won't.
will, though, because
Can I just
they
say
live
no?
under the
Because it would
water. The
wipe them
plastic
out
in-
too.
The plastic
It
in
would,
the oceans.
viruses spread
Edwin
to
agrees with
different
you,
animals.
Jake. It's okay. Don't worry.
It would spread to them too. It would kill them too.
Okay,
No, they engineered it. The virus in Doctor and the
It would
Silurians
kill
didn't wipe
them.
out the Silurians.
It would
Can
kill
we
them.
calm down, children?
they do have primate specific.
Can I just tell you, Jake? The Sea Devils are never coming back.
We don't care about your opinion.
All right. So
It's
damn!
not an opinion.
All right, all
They're
right.
not coming back, Jake.
They will.
They're
They had
not
a
coming
perfect
back.
opportunity, and they did not take it.
They're not coming
but
back.
They did it as Silurians. It's already been done.
Yep, it's
Yeah,
already been done, Jake.
Silurians, not Sea Devils.
my
Talk to them,
opinion,
Jake.
my opinion is that it would have been a way to talk about the virus because the Silurians had a primate specific virus
Exactly.
that the Third Doctor and Liz Shaw were working on
Exactly.
on getting the antidote for.
Thank you, Sue.
But the plastic would be in them too, so that's also kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
But
any of the Sea Devils that were actually out of their
would the
hibernation would be screwed just like we are.
The plastic wouldn't be in them though, because they wouldn't eat anything with plastic in.
The ocean's full of plastic.
That's right.
Everything is full of plastic.
That makes sense. Why are they making a virus to destroy
So
the
that's
fish?
why I thought maybe it was going to be
Everything is
the
full.
autons.
Yeah, but it wouldn't make sense for it to be the Nestines.
Yeah,
Why would
well,
they
she
create a virus
dismissed
to
that
kill
it was the
themselves?
autons.
No, she said why it wasn't the Nestines though. She said why.
Because the virus eating plastic would kill them as well. So there's no point
Yeah.
in making a virus that'll wipe
Yeah.
themselves out.
Right. All right. So okay. Let's
Just gotta let it
go.
go,
Jake, what's your final say and score then?
6 out of 10.
All right, Susan.
6 out of 10 because no Sea Devils.
That's right. That's what he said.
Well,
I
last
was
week's
really
didn't have Sea
disappointed that
Devils.
it didn't forward the story of the season at all. I hate episodes that start a plot line.
Sorry.
This could have been anywhere at all. And now that Jake said that it was supposed to be before, I wish it had been before. Because it
So
wasn't
what was your
before.
number? I'm sorry.
I'm not there yet. Because
All
it
right,
wasn't
all
there
right.
before.
Oh, I just thought you said it first. Sorry.
No, I didn't say it yet because it wasn't there before. If they had been in a different order, I would have given it a higher score. But since it was in the wrong order, I've given it a 9 because it was a good, solid episode. It just didn't forward the plot of the series. And that
Okay.
is
I'm sorry.
okay.
Forgive me.
Totally forgiven.
Thanks. Alex, your score? Final thing?
Yeah, I'll give it. I'll give it an 8. It was a little different than what I was hoping for, but that's fine. That's what I wanted. So I didn't like it 100%, but I'll give it an 8. And yeah, science fiction's supposed to be preachy. Hello.
I love it. He's so political. He's great. So Mikey, final say and score?
Oh no, everyone's been wondering about this. I heard you guys talking about my final score, about the score about this week's episode. Yeah, I saw your little chitter chatting.
I wonder what it's going to be.
So, okay. It's going to be the usual 13 out of 13.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you're really super consistent. That's pretty sweet. And Alad, your score, final say, please.
I thought it was a really good episode. I take episodes individually because that's how you should take episodes of Doctor Who. They're not all going to connect. They never have all connected. I mean, the classic series never hardly used to do it. They used to be pretty separate to one another. Even when the show came back, they've all been really separate stories, and I think it was a very, very strong episode from beginning to end, and it's going to get a 10. And it didn't need the Sea Devils. Just didn't need them. That's why they
All
weren't
right,
there.
all right, all right, all right, all right,
Story didn't need them.
all right.
In the bin you go, Sea Devils.
Oh no, so sorry, you can't say that, but yeah. What makes it?
I just finding Jacob. No.
Yeah, you are. It's true. Well, it was direct.
I would like to see them come back, but it has to be the right story, and they have to design them. They have to design them.
Of course, they would design them better.
No, because the Silurians came back, and I just don't like the new design of the Silurians. They're too human, and I can imagine they'll just make a human version of the Sea Devils.
That's weird, but that's maybe the costume designer, and some costume designers and some monster designers are different.
But
I really like the what they're doing with like the Star Wars monsters, but I also like the I don't know. I think that monster design is sort of it's tricky. It's tricky to get right, but the Sea Devils were
can I just say something? I think people got their hopes built up. They built their hopes up too much. They were expecting something that we were never promised. We were never told the Sea Devils were going to be in it. The fans just suddenly decided.
Generated that.
The fans generated that. That's the fans' fault.
But that's what fans do.
I know, but the fans always.
I mean, that's what we spend all bloody week doing there, Alan. We just spend the whole time. In fact, we spent the whole past year trying to sort out what was going to happen.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what fans do.
Yeah, but it was such a strong rumor, wasn't it? It was almost like it had become true, even though it was just.
I have to agree with Susan on this. We've been preparing for what we were waiting.
Yeah, we just generate stuff, and we generate fan fiction, and we generate fan art, and we constantly posit our ideas for our theories for the future episodes.
Yeah, theories are fine. Theories are just guesses. This was actual fans were deciding this was going to happen. The Sea Devils were 100% in it. And that was it. Sometimes
you get so stuck in your theory that you're not able to see around it. That's okay, because that's just being a super fan. And I'm all for that. I'm not. I mean, unless it's something that's really, really serious, like and ugly, I'm all for people just coming up with like, oh, see, because of this little tidbit or this little bit, we're all having this. And I wasn't expecting Alfred Hitchcock in a Doctor Who episode, but there we go, and we got it, and that was freaking sweet. So I'll give it a 10 out of 10 for having Alfred Hitchcock and scary birds and all that hippie handsome nonsense. I'm just like, all those great big, big glunky things.
For this promo image.
That poor guy on the beach, they just should have had him in a red shirt, for Pete's sakes.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew the second he went on the beach to watch the birds
that he was going to get eaten.
He was
going to get eaten.
Yeah. Because that's Hitchcock.
Red shirt.
That's Hitchcock. And that's Hitchcock. I mean, Hitchcock scares the crap out of you, and he makes you think, oh my God, this one's going to fall off this thing. This one's going to get eaten by birds. This one's going to get, stabbed to death. Alfred Hitchcock is not a gentle soul. Anyway, I'm really glad that we saw a little bit of that, and so I'd like to credit the writer Jamie Magnus Stone. I don't even know, and I guess Peter Teague wrote it and Jamie Magnus Stone directed it. Sorry, I got that backwards. But anyway, I'd like to credit them because they did great. And So anything else anybody want to say? Because I don't want to cut us all off before we're all done.
Yeah, it's the Black Guardian next week.
Yeah, I got. Well,
Black
my-
Guardian.
Everybody's
Awesome.
going to go, it's the Black Guardian, and then when it doesn't turn out to be the Black Guardian, they're all going to go and throw a strop.
Okay,
It wasn't
you
the
got
Black
me with
Guardian.
that one. You got me with that one.
Awesome.
Wait, are we
I
gonna
knew
talk
we were
about
going
next
back to
week's episode?
Gallifrey.
Are we really
Black
going?
Guardian, really? Woo!
Hold on.
Fans only disappoint themselves.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what-
Happened since the beginning of Doctor Who. Fans only disappoint
isn't
themselves.
that the Dream Lord?
No.
I-
No.
Wait,
I think that's the
Lord,
Dream
what's the
Lord.
It
next
could be,
episode?
but it was never said specifically if it was. But it could be, I suppose.
The Valyard?
No, different.
Hold on.
And then you got to think it's the Dream Lord, and then when it comes up, it's somebody else. Going to be very disappointed. And yes,
It can't be the Dream Lord.
No.
Wasn't the Dream Lord? Wouldn't the Dream Lord been around since series 5 or series 6? I forgot.
Okay, so here's my thinking is that even if we build it up like, oh my God, it's supposed to be the Sea Devils. Oh my God, it's supposed to be the Black Guardian. Oh my God, it's supposed to be the Valyard. You know, here we are, and we don't have to be disappointed. We can keep
but
our
these
mind
people were
open.
saying it is. They weren't saying it
Like
could
Adam.
be. They were saying it is. These
Open
people were
mind.
going around saying the Sea Devils are in it.
All right, but you keep an open mind like Adam.
Exactly, but these people had focused their minds so much on the Sea Devils being in it that when they weren't, they let themselves be disappointed. And that's not the show's fault. That's the fans.
No.
That's the fans.
Okay, blame us. Okay,
Yes, I will.
all right.
It's
That's
gonna
the
blame
plan.
me.
So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks like all you guys for being on this podcast with me. Thanks for bringing your pets too. They are just too cute.
Oh, look.
I love the cat and the puppy dog over there. That they are just too cute. Anyway, and the Sea Devil. Thanks for bringing your Sea Devil, Jake. I appreciate it. And
Did they
we-
really bring a Sea Devil?
Yeah,
The
he's got-
hell?
So we look forward to next week. Thanks for watching our podcast and stay tuned. This week we're doing the what's it called?
Got no idea.
Vengeance on Pharaohs
Oh
and
yeah, I'm Picard.
and Picard. And so and I'm
Woo! I can't believe it. That's going to be awesome.
and we're doing the first 3 episodes of that. So everybody have a watch. And thanks for being part of this this fandom. All of you who watch these podcasts, thank you for being part of the fandom. We need all of you and all of your ideas and all of your craziness. You're amazing. Keep being you. And yeah, that's it for us. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.